When's the last time you saw one of these on the road? For some of you, maybe never. For some of you, it's been a number of years. Just like myself, I happen to own this car, and it's been off the road for far too long. So let's fix that. All right, hey, welcome back to the channel. This is my 1982 AMC, American Motors Corporation. For those of you who may be new to the AMC world, it's not American Motors Company, it's a corporation. You want a surefire way to make an AMC guy perk his ear a little bit is just say company. That's a no-no. Anyway, moving forward, AMC Eagle. One of AMC's last-ditch efforts to save the AMC brand, not the Jeep or whatever. And if you think this is a Jeep, think again. Again, you want another way to perk a guy's ear up who's an AMC guy. You call this thing a Jeep, you'll get some responses. This is an American Motors design. It's four-wheel drive. They came up with it off the aging Hornet Sportabout body. So basically, if you look at a 1971 Hornet Sportabout, it looks like this. Little different taillights and everything else, but the generic form is a Hornet Sportabout. Anyway, history lesson over. Or if you want to go further, there's other ways to figure out what year this thing is. I'll save that lesson, but history lesson over for now. Again, my Eagle here, it's been off the road for 7 years, sitting in my back shed, my barn. I created my own barn find by accident. Basically, I parked it because it had some transmission issues. I had first just bought my home. The home needed it still needs a lot of work. I mean, look at this freaking thing. Who paints a house red, for crying out loud? And what's up with the brown and green? I don't know, I'm critiquing my own home, but I got the new door put on, it's white. Anyway, the home needs work too. Just look at this thing. So this thing got put on the back burner. In the back shed it went. And I just, I didn't forget about it. It pained me to know that it was sitting back there. But it needed to go back there. So now I got it around front. I'd like to start daily driving it again. Maybe I could fix some of the issues it's always had. For instance, this thing has never shifted right. Got to fix that because it probably has killed the transmission. I don't know for sure yet. I don't know, but it has never had the kickdown linkage hooked up, so this thing has never had the proper fluid pressure to ever shift gears. And me being younger at the time, yeah, I'm older now, so I know, well, at least I hope I know better. But you can see gas jug is on the roof. It's got a problem with the pickup in the tank. I have parts actually to fix that. I have a brand new fuel sending unit, and I have a brand new tank if I need it. This thing is rust free. It's an Arizona car. The tank should be good, but it's also what, almost 50 years old, 40. It's 41 years old, 42. It's 42 years old, so you never know. I'll spare you some of the details. This thing is hopped up, right? I'll just leave it at that. If you want to see the revival of me getting it running again video, I'll put it up here. And you can, fill yourself in as far as how all modifications have been done to this. But you can kind of look under here. Sitting in my back shed did nothing to help the look of this. This thing was actually looking really good, but now it's a little oxidized and kind of looks like crap. But it's got a little bit of a hopped up 6-cylinder in there of the original engine, 4-barrel carb, that type of stuff. And I bet you this thing would probably drive really well if it shifted properly. So I'd like to start working on that today. I mean, I don't think this is going to take me, a couple of, a day or two. I think this is going to take probably, weeks to get everything lined up. I fix things here and there. So I'd like to start on some of the things right now. And immediately what I notice it needs is a bath. However, before I can give it a bath, what creature is that? It's springtime here, so everybody's really happy, including myself. So if you look up on the roof, one thing I immediately noticed, would you calm down? Okay, I can maybe get this out. What I immediately noticed up here on my roof, I am missing the chrome strips, and there's nice holes. And I don't know, I drove this thing, daily for about 3 months, almost 10 years ago. I had to have gotten water in there, but the headliner is, I can't see in there, but the headliner doesn't appear to have any, water sparks or water marks or water damage. But I don't think I want to wash this thing without, filling in these holes. And I think the best thing I could do right now is go back to one of my parts cars in the back and just put the chrome strips on it. I'll take the strips off that car, transplant them on here, and then give it a bath. I think that's my first order of business. And then after this thing is, somewhat clean, maybe I'll start digging into the gas tank here. We'll see what kind of project that turns into. If I can get this thing at least just running, driving, and stopping on, running off its own tank, first of all, that's a huge success story. So with that said, let's go. All right. Walking out here in my backyard. I got you on my head trying this new GoPro feature thing. I view you on my camera, on my phone here, I mean. I don't know, see how it works here. I'll put you on my head. But we're going for a walk out here. Got the dog here. How's it going, buddy? His name's Roo, short for Roosevelt. You happy you get to walk around? It's springtime. Still hang out with me. Here's one of my parts cars. That's an 87 AMC Eagle. Yeah, I kind of picked over, but as you can see, it still has some good parts on it, and this looks like these things are just going to rip right off, so that'll be even more helpful. But yeah, this thing is, yeah, can you see that? It's no good. But there's still some good parts on this thing, ready to harvest. Got a nice old pry here. Pry tool. Oh man, why didn't I take care of this when I was driving the car? I mean, for crying out loud. Look at this. Not even a couple seconds of time here. And I already have one off. Oh man. Well, so we need, let's see, I think we need 4 of these. 1, 2, because there's one on the car, so I think I only need 3. I only need 3 of them. Well, there's one. That was easy. What is this? Oh. All right. I don't know. Is it going to be this easy? Maybe. There's one. I wonder if there's supposed to be an extra plastic piece. Alright. Oh, well, I broke one. Broke 2. That ain't good. Alright. Oh, I bet you that was like, oh, it's adhesive. Huh. Oh, interesting. Well, we broke. I don't even know if I broke them, but 2 of them are now gone. 2 clips. Broke 2 clips. What you doing, Rue? Sniffing around? Alright, let's try this. Okay, wow. Yeah, these clips just fall right in there. We're missing a clip there. That one pulled right out. Boy, I don't know. I'm probably gonna have to double side tape these on, is my guess. And before you say, oh yeah, you can just go find another clip. Yeah, right. You know, this isn't no Camaro or, you know, Mustang. We can't just open a catalog or an online catalog and just say, hey, send me that in the mail. A lot of this stuff is specific AMC stuff, and trying to find it is next to impossible. So that one's off. I think what I'm going to do is actually remove this one as well, and maybe I can salvage the clips. Maybe I can get them off of there and fill in. Oh, this one's really stuck. Wow, the glue is holding this one pretty good. You can actually see where the, oh wait, is that, they tried to touch up paint, that's what it is. Or is it actual silicone? I think it's actually silicone. Yep, that is silicone. Putting a really nice dent in this car right there. All right, so these people actually, they probably had water damage. Is probably what it was. Oh man. Yeah, they silicone the crap out of this one. Wow. There we go. Or is it just the front? Well, they did it in a lot more spots than just that. Right here. That one's broke. Okay, well, we got it. Now, let's see if we can transplant these on to the Desert Eagle. All right, we're back at the car, and I kind of got some ideas here. Got the chrome strips up on the top. I think what I'm going to do is where I'm missing a peg, I'll just put some, you know, some silicone. You know, maybe not as much as what these guys did. That's kind of ridiculous. But I'll just kind of put some where the hole is supposed to be. Like in this case, we have all the pegs except one, and I'll just put some silicone, you know, on that, and maybe that'll actually help bond the strip in that spot. I think that was going to be the easiest thing to do. And then if you look at this one, there's supposed to be obviously some type of plastic center. So this one here is probably going to just, you know, it's going to pull right out because it doesn't have that extra little plastic piece. That is like on this one, you can see how there's like a little extra, whatever's left of it, it's pretty well beat up, but there is supposed to be some type of plastic that sits inside the hole. Well, it's missing like on that one, so I'll put some extra silicone on that, and I think that'll help take up the gap. Like these ones here, they still have that piece. But anyway, that's my plan. Let's see if it works out. First thing we're going to do is just clean it up a little bit. Microfiber cloth. Make sure it's kind of clean. And I keep scratching my roof, so that's cool. Let's not do that. All right. Ugh. All right, so I want to knock this one through. I think I'll use one of these to just knock that through, whatever it is, yeah. One of the pegs was broken off. Okay, so now this one needs it, and this one's going to need it for sure. Let's put a little bit of gasket maker in there. Something like that, I think. Maybe I should line it up in the front first. Maybe I should just put silicone on all of these. Oh yeah, I should. Yep, that's gonna be the hot ticket, I think, here. So, unfortunately, the plastic is so brittle, it's so old, that even the stuff here that has that little plastic piece, it's like no longer good. All right, now let's try it again. Oh my goodness. This is like working with anti-seize. Alright, go in your home. Just like Happy Gilmore. Are you too good for your home, ball? That was pretty bad. I got one of them to click, but the rest of it is pretty well worn out. Okay, so I think you get the gist. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna silicone these freaking things on in place, you know, where the holes were. I'm probably gonna have to use some heavy things, kind of like what I just found here, some box full of nuts and some washers in the spots where they're a little bit high, and just give the silicone enough time to set up and hold it down. I think this one's actually okay. It just has a little bit of a high spot in the chrome strip, but I'm gonna do that to the other two, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Well, I was really hoping that I would be able to give this thing a bath, but I don't think I'll be able to give it a bath with this stuff up here on top. So in that sense, while that's drying, and hopefully when it does dry, all this stuff stays in one spot. I was running out of bricks. I had to go search the woods, and I found a couple extra that apparently got thrown in there. But I think, since I can't wash the car at the moment, I guess we'll start working on the gas tank. So let's do it. Let's go. All right, as we get under here, okay, so you can kind of see here what we're looking at. Here's the gas tank. When I first got the car 10 years ago, the people who had it then, this leaf spring actually like must have pulled out of this, you know, of the bottom here, and they actually had it mounted back here, if I remember right. I don't know where they had it mounted. I don't know. This looks kind of interesting what they were trying to do here. I don't remember. I thought it was that side. Oh, maybe it was this side. Okay, never mind. It was this side they had it mounted. You can see where the two screw holes they had put in here, or bolt holes. So this side is the one that pulled out. So I actually had to weld a plate back in here and reattach it that way again. But anyway, I don't think I had the gas tank out at that time. Maybe I did. I can see some nice fresh hose clamps here. Looks like some new gas line as well. So I obviously, I believe I did have this taken apart. From what I'm seeing here, it looks like I did have this gas tank dropped. And of course, with this being an Arizona car, these everything should come apart pretty easily. Oh yeah, you can definitely tell this tank has been out before. I can't remember if I did it or not. Looks like I put some stainless steel hardware to hold this cover on here, plastic cover, and a couple zip ties. Wow, look at this. That is a job right there. Zip tie to a zip tie. I mean, is it really a dumb idea if it works? All right, so I'll get the plastic taken off, and then we'll get over here and start getting the hangers taken apart and see if we can't get this gas tank out of here. The benefit of owning a car from Arizona. So before I go any further, I think I'm going to take off the hoses here. So this right here, I believe, is the rollover valve. Rollover. Up here is the main gas, and I think this is the return right here. All right, so the hoses are now disconnected. So this one here, I believe, is the vent. This would originally went up to the charcoal canister. Kind of comes along through here, and you look on here on the other side. Let's see here. Yeah, here's the two main lines, the main and the return. Somewhere along here, yep, this one right here. Not sure if you can see that. He's the return. So that is this one right there. And the bigger one, this is 5/16. The main is 5/16 and the return is 1/4. The 5/16 runs along up the passenger side. The return is through the driver's side. This is the ground for the fuel sending unit. I don't think I did this. Maybe I did. I can't see me doing this, but it obviously broke off at one time, and it looks like someone just wrapped it around there. I mean, I know I was probably in here, but if that was me, oh, I got some words for my older self. Oh man, I just don't think I had this tank dropped. I really don't think I did. I mean, it kind of looks like I did though. Boy, this is pretty sketchy, even for me. We'll see if it works. It sure does. I don't know if you can see it in my hand, but I got a Milwaukee battery over here. Let's just do this quick and then slowly walk away. Well, I think I got all the gas out of there that I'm gonna get. I got the blue plastic tote as full as I'd comfortably like to get it, and then I filled up almost 2 5-gallon jugs, so it was probably very, 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 very close, extremely close to completely full. But the old Milwaukee battery trick with the fuel pump here worked out pretty well. Seems much emptier. Yeah, there wasn't much holding that up. Yep. All right, I guess it's just coming down. Sure. That works. Not the way I had drawn it up, but I'll take it. Oh. I gotta say, if I wanted to recommend a creeper, I don't think I could recommend this. It can hold my, my large self, but it's almost too good because it just doesn't stop rolling. It's got way too good of bearings for Chinese quality. For once in my life, I wanted something that was crappier. All right, one AMC Eagle gas tank. Sure, complete. So first order of business, before I do that, I'd like to take a look in here. I don't know if you can see in there. Can you see? There is some rust going on. Yeah, quite a bit actually. It's probably worth putting the brand new tank I have, just since I have it. Oh wow, yeah, there's a lot more to the right side. Yep. Well, they make brand new tanks. They still make them for the AMCs here. Surprising, I know. But for the Hornets, the Concords, Eagles, basically the small body AMCs, except the Gremlin, Spirit, Eagle SX4, Eagle Camback. If it's the wagon variety, like a wagon, a sedan, but that was a Hornet, a Concorde, or an Eagle, they still make the tanks. So I have one. We're going to use it. All right, the gas tank is up here on my workbench. Not a sponsor, by the way, but it's on my workbench here. See if we can get the lock ring off and find out what condition this stuff is in. There we go. Well, the sock is gone. Oh yeah. What happened? So this is supposed to be the pickup sock or the screen. Obviously gone, but even if that wasn't there, this does not look, it doesn't look plugged. I don't see, I mean, this is actually one of the better pickups I've seen, like, ever. Either way, I have a new tank, I have a new fuel sending unit. Let's just use it. All right, on the back of my other workbench here, this one happens to be sponsored. No, it's not. This is not sponsored. Here is the new tank and the new sending unit. Shiny. Comes with an O-ring. Well, you got to buy it all separate. But when you tell them you want a complete unit, you got to tell them that. Then it comes with the pickup sock, the O-ring, and the unit itself. There's only one company that is making these that I know of. And they're not even a company. They're just an AMC parts vendor. And that's Kennedy American, based out of Ohio. They're rather pricey. But again, what are you going to do? If you need it, you need it. And I think they know that. Right now, as of 2024, these things are $137 for just the sending unit. And then you got to buy the sock and the O-ring separate. And I can't even remember what those are, but basically budget yourself $150 for just the sending unit, and then the tank itself is another $150. So, I mean, it is what it is. At least someone's still making parts for these things. This thing is way too nice. Alright, let's put the sending unit in. And one thing I noticed here, the O-ring that came with them from the Kennedy American doesn't really fit in here. I can't remember in the past what I've done. I don't remember if I used it or not. But anyway, the gas tank comes with a new O-ring, and that actually fits in here really well. So we're going to use that one. I'll stick her in here. And there's actually two tabs, alignment tabs, because you want the pickup to obviously face that way. And we're going to set them, those two tabs, in those alignment holes. Let's see if we get it set. There we go. Okay, hold on here. There, just like that. I'm going to put a little anti-seize on the lock ring. So the next sorry soul that has to work on this can get it off. And again, this thing's never going to be driven in the winter, but it's still a nice courtesy to do that anyway. All right, so now that the fuel sending unit is in place, the only thing that's left to do is to put on the hoses. I'm going to put nice new fresh hoses on here, 5/16 for the main, 1/4 inch for the return, and I believe this is 1/8. Not quite sure if I remember, but anyway, I'm pretty sure it's an 1/8. I'll probably just reuse the original. I mean, this is just the vent. We also have to work on the fuel sending, the gas gauge right here. And if I remember right, I gotta take this nut off. I don't think I need this nut, but what's gonna go here is the positive side of the gas gauge. Or is that the negative side? It don't matter. Either way, it reads the resistance that goes through based on where it is. Changes the resistance. This is the ground that goes up to the chassis. All right, we've got the sending unit in place, the new hoses, the rubber bumpers for vibration dampening, and the fill rubber. Let's go put it in the car. I got one side on. See, the trick is trying to get the fill tube lined up in the rubber gasket, and it's such a tight fit, it makes it harder to get on. Looks like I'm pretty close. A little bit of wiggle jiggle. Maybe I can get this other one on. Oh, come on. It is so close. Uh-huh. All right, tank is bolted up. Let's get the hoses on. All right, gas tank is in officially, semi-officially. We got the hoses all hooked up. To the best of my ability. It's hard to get up in here. Last thing to do here is put the shield on, and then we can put some gas in it. Shield back in. Let's put some gas in it. You can bet your sweet biffy I'm using the old gas that I took out of it. No way I'm gonna let it go to waste. All right, that was about 3.5 gallons of old gas. And I'm going to mix it with about the same in fresh gas. I'm going to try to find a way to reuse the old gas, but at the same time, not use old gas, if you know what I mean. All right, so obviously up here I got to actually, redo the connections from when I had the electric pump, I had the gas jug on the hood. What I'd like to do, I'm going to hook back up the electric pump, and I'm going to try to see maybe if I can pull some gas up from the tank with the electric pump and maybe get like a prime going. I mean, again, I know these things are not made to be pullers, they're pushers, but, we can see if we can try it. It should still work. So I got the pump on that, the hose down into a jug. I got a Milwaukee battery. Just gonna see if we can pull anything up. I think we are definitely pulling. Oh yeah. Yep, we are pulling. So I don't know where the restriction was, but it was somewhere in that pickup. The hose maybe, not 100% sure, but either way is we know we have gas coming up now. I hope my mechanical pump on the side of the engine block is still good. We'll find out, but got to hook up the main back into the fuel pump, and then of course the return, which I have over here. The return goes back through the driver's side and back to the tank. So, all right, that's good news. All right, all the hoses are hooked back up. We are officially ready to try to start this thing. But here's your pro tech tip of the day regarding AMC Eagles, Concord, Spirits, all this with this style setup. And it's really any of these cars. But take a look at the fuel filter here. It's a 3-port. It is a single in and a dual out. So essentially what's going on here is as it comes up, you got to have this in the 12 o'clock position. And when I say 12 o'clock, is this the smaller nipple, the outlet is up on the top. Therefore, when the fuel comes in, it's first fed to the carburetor, and the needle and seat does its thing in there. It uses exactly how much it needs. And when that closes, this thing obviously fills up, and whatever's not needed goes out the top. Gravity, your best friend. So there's your tech tip. This thing's ready to go. Let's see if it'll fire by itself on its own tank. All right, let's see if this thing will start on its own. So obviously we're gonna have to get fuel up to the bowls, but we do know we're getting fuel from the tank. Hopefully that mechanical fuel pump is good. Here we go. And it's gas that was in the bowl already. Gas gauge is reading about right, because it should have about 6 gallons-ish, 5, 6. That would be correct. I think that mechanical fuel pump is working. We're on our own tank. Let's check for leaks. Looking good. Ha ha ha. No leaks. All right. Let's just get those goofy bricks off. Maybe I could take this thing for a ride around the block. Looks like this held down pretty good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. One thing I'm gonna do before I take it for a ride, this is good knowledge for you guys out there too. I haven't had this hood latched in 7 years. Just take a look at this. It needs lube. I'd go and shut this hood, and then I'd never get it open again, or I would break the hood release in there. So make sure you keep these lubricated. Ample amounts. Just lube it up. Another thing to lube is your hinges on your hood. This stuff really needs lube. If you're not worried about, getting lube, all over the place, obviously, if you have a nice car, might want to be a little bit more careful where you spray it, but this thing is, not that. It's nice, but it's not that nice. We're just going to spray the crap out of that. All right, shut the hood and go for a ride. Just gonna go for a small little cruise. I've got a really small block I can kind of drive around. I'm a little worried about the transmission. I think it's been slipping, but I got to take this thing for a small little cruise. Oh my God, the brakes are terrible. Whew, good thing I didn't pull out, or good thing the brakes worked somewhat. Holy schmoly, they are terrible. They are bad. Yep, this will be a short-lived run. On the road, under its own power and tank. And let's shift. Okay, cool. We shifted. That's... Oh yeah. Oh, nice. I'm hoping it's just low on fluid. Did not want to go into third gear. As I we're slipping in and out of gears. I'm guessing we're low on fluid, and I'm hoping we're low on fluid. Oh my God, these brakes are terrible. Still got some kinks to work out, that's for sure. Oh, okay. All right, I think we're gonna turn it around. I can't even go. I'm a little scared to go the rest of the way around the block. This transmission is slipping a little bit. All right, let's get this thing home and check the transmission fluid. But I think other than that, a success nonetheless. Oh. Well, we made it. All right, first impressions about what I thought it was going to be. A little shaky. All right, transmission is probably pretty low on fluid. We can check it here in a second. Noticed there is a really good loud clunking sound coming from the right side. It's probably sway bar bushings themselves. Common culprit. I hope it's not a ball joint, but I did look at here and they do appear to be the original ball joints, so they're, you know, probably bad. Car's not overheating. It is running a little, maybe a little rough. I mean, I know it has the cam, so it can be kind of hard to tell. It definitely smells rich. Smells very rich. Had a good dieseling problem as I shut it off, but this, I remember now when I drove this thing 10 years ago, it had a dieseling problem then. So there's probably some, well, unburned gas or carbon deposits, or it's the wrong plugs, could be a timing issue, all that stuff. But I'm more concerned right now about the transmission and with it slipping, but I'm pretty sure it's probably pretty low on fluid. That's what I need to be concerned about right now out of everything. And my transmission dipstick tube is broken off. So, well, there's that. All right, guys. I think that's probably going to do it for this episode on the resurrection, the rise from the phoenix, ashes. It's the Desert Eagle. Rise from the ashes. That's, I don't know. Phoenix, Arizona, Eagle, Desert Eagle, Phoenix Eagle, Rise from the ashes. Revival. Okay. That's going to do it for this episode. I think we accomplished a lot. It finally can run off of its own tank. It can sustain itself. That's a huge step forward. Definitely in the right direction. Obviously, we have a lot more things to do before this thing is actually roadworthy. I know for sure. You know, got some of that clunking. Got to fix the transmission. I got to put kickdown linkage in it. We got to give the thing a bath. I can't stand seeing it like this anymore. That needs to be addressed probably in the next video. Headlights are all facing the ground. You know, that's pretty neat. Definitely could spot the toad from 500 miles away. You know, much less the deer. But it's going to need tires too if I plan on even trying to drive this thing. These are just the rollers I have laying around. Those aren't going to cut it. But you'll have to wait and see. So again, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll AMC you later.